Chapter 17. Living in Alignment. When who you are matches how you live. There's nothing more exhausting than living out of alignment. Smiling when you're unhappy. Saying yes when your spirit is screaming no. Trying to keep up appearances while your soul is begging for rest. I've done that dance. The one where you wake up and immediately feel disconnected. Not because life is unbearable, but because it's not yours. You're living for expectations, for roles, for image, but not for truth. And the worst part? You start to lose sight of who you really are. The weight of pretending is heavy. You can feel it in your shoulders, in your stomach, in the fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. Because when you live out of alignment, everything becomes a performance. You become so focused on getting it right for others, you forget what feels right for you. I knew I was out of alignment when my peace became performative. I was doing all the right things, but it didn't feel right inside. I was showing up, but not as myself. What alignment really means. Alignment isn't perfection. It's honesty. It's when your words, choices, habits, and relationships agree with the woman you're becoming. It's when you no longer pretend to be okay just to avoid difficult conversations. You walk away from places that no longer reflect your growth. You set boundaries not to control others, but to protect your peace. You move at a pace that honors your nervous system, not your ego. Living in alignment feels like ease. Not that life gets easier, but you do. You stop wrestling with your truth. Signs you're out of alignment. You're constantly over-explaining. You feel drained after saying yes. You're resentful of your own commitments. You feel disconnected from your body and voice. You long for rest, but never allow it. These signs aren't shame, they're signals. Your spirit is trying to get your attention. And when you listen, healing begins. How to realign your life with your truth. 1. Pause before you commit. If it doesn't feel like a full-body yes, it's probably a sacred no. 2. Ask yourself often, is this true for me? Not, is it expected? Not, will they approve? But, does this reflect me? 3. Declutter your soul space. Remove anything, thoughts, routines, relationships, that pull you out of your peace. 4. Speak your truth. Even if it's awkward, even if it costs you something. Truth clears the air. 5. Trust that your alignment may shift your circle. Not everyone can walk with the version of you who's no longer pretending. You were made to feel at home in your own life. When you live in alignment, your life starts to feel like home. You move without apologizing. You rest without guilt. You show up without pretending. You stop chasing approval because you already approve of yourself, and that is where your power multiplies. Your freedom statement. I no longer perform peace. I live it. I no longer say yes to avoid discomfort. I choose truth, even when it's inconvenient. I create a life that feels like mine, because I deserve to belong to myself first. I am in alignment, and it shows in how I live, love, and lead.